Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
How wonderful to talk to you. When Schitt's Creek wrapped up, you would have been offered all kinds of things. You were the star of the moment. What drew you to this project?
Well, so many things. I mean, DreamWorks, in my opinion, can do no wrong. And then I found out who was in the cast, and the cast is pretty darn star-studded. I mean, Toni Collette and Jane Fonda, just to name two of the many.
Never heard of them.
And then the story itself was so sweet and funny, and I saw myself in Ruby, and I think a lot of people will be able to see themselves in Ruby. So it was kind of a no-brainer for me.
When it becomes a teenage Kraken, I've got my daughter's now 26, but when she was a teenager, she turned into the Kraken just by looking at her. Like one day I went to a schoolyard and I said hello to a teacher, and she said, "Dad, what are you doing?" And all I said to the teacher was, "How you doing?" And she's, Dad, don't talk to the teachers. Don't talk to anyone. So most teenage girls are a bit like release the Kraken.
Well, I think it's a tough time now. I think it's a tough time being that age. And there are a lot of things going on top of hormones. I think you're trying to kind of assert your first shot at some kind of independence and some kind of distance from your family and trying to establish who you are, and you're not necessarily feeling comfortable in your own skin, and that's a tough thing to go through. But it's a natural thing to go through, and I hope that a lot of people, and just young people, can see themselves in Ruby and see that it gets better.
You grow out of it.
Well,
yes,
but also those absolute teenage years where you just want to fit in, you don't want to be different in any way, and it takes courage to see that your differences can be your strengths, doesn't it?
100%. But I think, you can't just tell yourself that and that fixes everything.
No.
I really think it does take, unfortunately, some time and some life experience to realize that the things that you think perhaps are your flaws are actually your best attributes.
When it came to making the film, how did you enjoy the process of being voice only? Are you a physical talker?
I mean, I am the most physical talker, and so this was just glorious for me because I could go in at like 175%, and instead of a director being like, "What have I done? You are fired," the director encouraged me to go even bigger. And you're by yourself in this vocal booth, and so you can be a grub, you can be in your pajamas and just kind of give it your all and play around and try things. And I did miss having people to play off of, though. It is strange that I still have not met the cast, but it was a very, very cool experience.
When Schitt's Creek first started, did you have any idea how beloved that series would be and the place it would be in our hearts for the rest of our lives? Did you have a sense of that from day one?
No. There's no way anyone could have possibly imagined kind of what would happen to this show. I think everyone knew that it was going to be special because it was being led by Eugene Levy and Catherine O'Hara, who are two of the most special people I've ever met, and two of the most talented and kind people I've ever met. And everything they touch kind of turns into gold. But when we started, we were this small show on the CBC in Canada, and so no one could have ever imagined how big it would get.
Been an incredible journey for you, and now in animation. What do you think's next on the cards?
What happens next?
Your guess is as good as mine. I hope that I get to keep playing. I hope I get to do theater and more voice work and play more evil characters, and I just want to experience as much as I possibly can and live, as cheesy as it sounds, like live as many lives as I possibly can in my one life.
Yeah.
And meeting cool people who are doing cool things.
Well, thank you. We take that.
Well, that's all right.
Yes, we appreciate it. You can tick those things off your bucket list now.
You can work in a dry cleaners now if you want it.
Great.
Annie, it's great to talk to you. Ruby Gillman, Teenage Kraken, is out in cinemas from September 21. So great to catch up with you.
Thank you guys so much. Nice talking to you.
And Annie, I loved you in Murderville. I thought that was such a great series, and I thought you were fantastic.
Thank you. I was scared shitless the whole time, but thank you so much.
I thought you were brilliant. So charming. It was lovely.
Thank you guys so much.
Thanks, Annie.
Take it
Okay,
easy.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.